Hey, Zack Henderson here, and today we're talking about double kettlebell training. If you want to maximize your results with kettlebells, especially for strength and size, it pays to know how to lift with a bell in each hand. So what we're going to look at in this video are the first 3 exercises you need to know and master in order to take your physique, your performance, and your kettlebell skills to the next level. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel to learn all about the foundational kettlebell exercises you're gonna need to know before jumping into doubles. First up is the double kettlebell swing. Obviously, you'll need to take a stance wide enough to accommodate the space of 2 bells. And if you're using cast iron kettlebells, that space will increase the heavier you go. In general, the wider your foot stance, the more your toes will need to turn out. Just like with our standard kettlebell swing, you're gonna need to experiment to find just the right angles that work best for your body, your hip anatomy, and the bells that you're using. Just try not to stand much wider than what's necessary because that will compromise your hinge technique. Speaking of your hinge technique, the extra weight and offset center of gravity inherent in double bells will change a few things. For one, some amount of lean back will be inevitable in order to counterweight the kettlebells. But this is not the same as hyperextending your back. Lock the knees and hips out strong while driving hard through the heels. Re-establish midfoot balance as the kettlebells travel into the backswing. Speaking of the backswing, you may also need to catch the kettlebells with a deeper knee bend than usual. Again, this is a simple function of maintaining your balance. It is not the same as squatting. The most common mistake with the double swing is using the traps and shoulders to yank the kettlebells higher. Remember, the hips power the weights, and you can still get a great training effect by swinging relatively low. From the swing, we move on to the clean. Now, even though we'll be moving the kettlebells up to the shoulders, it is so important to keep in mind that the hips still drive and power the weights. The clean may look like a bicep curl, but the elbow flexes passively. The hard work is being done by the lats in order to guide the kettlebells into the proper rack position. If you've put your time in with a single kettlebell clean, doubles shouldn't be too tricky. In fact, many lifters report that double kettlebells feel more natural to clean because of the symmetrical loading. Common mistakes here include allowing the bells to drift out and bang into the shoulders, yanking with the traps, cleaning too high, and chicken winging with the arms. All of these faults can be cleaned up by engaging the lats tighter, pulling the shoulders down, and finishing with a crisp hip snap. Remember, the upper arms barely move at all, and keep the triceps and lats squeezing into each other. The double bottoms up clean can be a useful progression here to fine-tune the rhythm between the swing and the catch. Of course, your hand position in the clean can make a big difference with how well you're able to stay engaged through the lats and control the bells as they land. Personally, I like to set up with a 10 and 2 position where the handles form an arrow pointing away from the body. I find that this helps me stay best connected with my pecs and lats. Now, some folks will do just the opposite, bring the handles in to create a V with an arrow pointing towards the body. This position pre-stretches the external shoulder rotators and creates a rotational effect that helps the bell travel around the forearm. The parallel pistol grip is another popular option. Just watch out for elbow hyperextension. Of course, you could just keep the handles in one line. Any way you clean it, the bells should end up in the same place. Your job is to practice and experiment to see what works best for you, keeping in mind that your preferences may change over the course of time and with what bell sizes you're using. And finally, it's time to tango with the notorious double kettlebell front squat. If you've put your time in with the goblet squat and have a strong rack position, The front squat should be relatively simple. Not easy, but simple. Starting from the ground up, you'll want to reposition your feet into your best squat stance. This is usually more narrow than your clean stance, so don't be afraid to bring your feet in a bit. As you descend, don't lose tightness with the lats. Yes, your elbows will have to drift forward a bit, but try to maintain that squeeze sensation we established in the clean. Pull your hips down between your knees with tight abs and a belly full of air. Come up with a grunt or power breath to boost core stability. Now, obviously, squats are a lower body dominant lift, but once you master your technique, I actually suggest keeping your mental focus on your upper body. Our legs are incredibly strong, and most of the time I see fatigue and technical breakdown creeping in with the upper back, shoulder position, and abdominal engagement. So these are the areas I focus on keeping extra tight during my squat sets, no matter what type of squat I'm doing. Everything from barbell back squats to kettlebell front squats. So hopefully now you can see how these lifts stack up and feed into each other. You train the double kettlebell swing for hip power, the clean to redirect that power vertically, and the front squat strengthens the entire body while refining the rack position with long time under tension. A classic double kettlebell workout is Dan John's armor building complex of 2 cleans, 1 press, and 3 front squats. I remember years ago training for a kettlebell cert with Tracy Cook, and I'm pretty sure we did this complex, I go, you go, back to back for half an hour straight. You work up to that and you'll have the muscles to prove it. Hey, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more strength training videos. And check the description below to check out my flagship kettlebell programs, Kettlebell Foundations, and Kettlebell Synergy. Here's wishing you all the best in your training, and we'll see you in the next video.